Zerg.
You are not the father.
Lightyear! Right out the gate, this movie started out with really high expectations because they started out with that text on a screen. You know it's creative when you tell, not show, right? The text said, 1995, Andy Davis watched a movie and it hyped him up so much he had to go out and get the toy. This is that movie! So you're thinking, oh my god, this is gonna be a huge adventure. It's gonna get my blood pumping, right? Problem is, I watched this movie and, I honestly can't see a little 10-year-old boy getting excited about this thing. It was kind of boring, if I'm being honest, which sucks because I was actually kind of hyped for this. Let's get into it, shall we? So this movie is about a guy who basically fucks up. He goes to the future, he meets a bunch of other fuck-ups, and somehow they save the day by letting shit go. I mean, that's all nice and philosophical and everything, but it's not very exciting. You know, I was just like, okay, that happened. I like the cat. A huge part of this movie was that he felt guilty that his friend lost everything, but the fact that he saw her grow old and with a loving family and that he's talking to her granddaughter for most of the movie shows that she didn't lose everything. She had a pretty good life. Medical marvels allow 2 women to have a baby. That's a pretty good life. Why is he feeling so bummed out about it? I don't know. And would a 10-year-old even get these kind of themes? I don't think so. Maybe it's because I just had high expectations for this. I thought this movie from the trailer, which was awesome, I thought it was going to be like a real story of a real astronaut who died on a mission saving people. Like his crew, and he was so heroic that people made action figures in his honor. You know, it's kind of similar to Captain America, the first Avenger. Which is maybe why I thought they cast Chris Evans. That makes sense. You know, he's got experience in this field. But this movie is similar to Captain America in a different way, in that he's staying young while everyone else is aging. Difference is, it kind of takes away the emotional impact that he's willingly aging, you know? Captain America, it just so happened he couldn't age while being under ice. Lightyear, he just repeatedly went back up into space and into light speed knowing that he's gonna age really slowly, and all his buddies are gonna get old and gray. It's kind of a heavy subject. I don't know if I was into that kind of shit as a little boy. Again, not very exciting. I just wanted to see him do action hero shit, you know, fighting bad guys, saving people. Even the rapist Wonder Woman did that in her movie. You know, she was saving little girls, people at the mall, accidents from happening to pregnant ladies, you know? Even she did it. Yeah, she raped a guy, but at least she kind of did some good in that movie too. She totally ignored World War II, but that's aside the point. This movie's moral is basically some slice of life, relax, take it easy kind of message. You know, it's all about appreciating where you are in life. But I'm not watching an action movie for that, and I can't imagine, again, Andy Davis as a kid watching this and being like, oh wow, I'm gonna get the action figure. It just doesn't make sense to me. So you put that disclaimer at the beginning, the whole movie is already like, there's a disconnect. Like imagine if I watched Blade and like Wesley Snipes went, peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. It doesn't make sense. I want to see him slash vampires. You know, I might have liked this movie more if it wasn't a Lightyear movie. You know, it could have just been a cool astronaut movie about letting go. It could have been a totally original character, but when you set that precedent, this is the movie that made Andy want to buy the toy. It just doesn't work for me. You just want to cash in on that nostalgia. Just doesn't work. You know what this show is like? This show is like Steven Universe of Star Command. Steven Universe, I thought in the early days it was a good show. Then it got kind of weird at the end, but you know, in the early days it was good. They had some great episodes. I liked the episode where the moral was sometimes you gotta know when to quit. Yeah, Pearl was acting crazy as usual, and Steven was like, yo, you gotta let this shit go, Pearl. You know, and then they had another episode where it's about like, just don't be in such a rush, just take it easy. But again, I'm not watching Steven Universe for the action, okay? This, I thought, was supposed to be an action movie that gets kids excited, like He-Man or G.I. Joe or something. You know, the advertising in Toy Story, they were advertising the action figure Buzz Lightyear, karate chop action. This movie isn't anything like what the toys are. Maybe nowadays little boys are into those kind of things, but the movie said this movie was released in the 90s, in 1995, and I was alive at that time. I'm pretty sure little boys, in fact, weren't into these kind of deep philosophical messages in movies back then. I don't know. I think they were so focused on representation that they forgore to tell a good story. They were willing to lose so much money to make a statement like, hey, we're gonna show that lesbians exist, which is admirable. Cool. It'd be even more nice if they were in a good movie, but you forgot to do that. You know, it felt like they didn't workshop this. They didn't go through script doctors to see if it was emotionally compelling. I don't know. It just it didn't do it for me. And speaking of being inclusive, why is it only humans? You know, the whole Star Command is run by humans and a couple of robots here and there, but they're secondary. Do you know what other sci-fi space-based military has only humans and droids? Yeah, not the good guys, alright? The good guys were diverse in terms of having humans, robots, aliens, whatever the fuck. But the bad guys were just humans and robots. If you really think about it, the humans in this movie are kind of fucked up. Think about it. They came to a planet, they colonized, they start killing the natural flora and fauna, and I'm thinking, yo, these things could be sentient. These bugs could have families and shit. And you're just killing them, and they're just doing what's naturally they're gonna do. They're gonna try to eat you. And you're just setting up base at a place that you don't own, and you're laughing about it when they die.
Laser shield.
You came to their home, and you literally stripped their planet of their natural, precious raw materials. And these are the good guys? Not to mention when they're planning to take down Zurg. She was saying oh, bye-bye, robots. And you got 2 robots on the team, the cat and the huge laundromat guy. There's 2 robots on your team, and you're saying robots are the enemy. It's it's kind of weird. I think the cartoon did it better. I never felt like XR was a different class.
Good work, people.
And robot?
And robot.
Yo, you got 2 robots on your team. They're your boys. The cat was cute, you know? I love that robot. I'm a softie, and they got me with that shit, especially when he almost died. And his future self actually did die, and I was sad about it. The animation on him was adorable. I don't think they even skinned him. They just rigged him so that every part of him was still, but they played with timing, so it was really spunky. You know what made things more inclusive? You could have made Buzz biracial. You know, his toy model is so vague that you could have made him Buzz Lightskin. You know, in the movies and in the cartoon show prior to this one, he never took off his purple hood. It looks kind of like a fade. And even when he takes it off, if it was a fade, it would still have the same silhouette. Visually, he would still look the same. Now when I see him with hair, I'm just thinking, that's Captain America in Civil War. You know? And if you want to showcase representation, the real minorities are the mixed race people. You know, like the guy from The Ultimatum, or Stephen Curry. You know, they look like they got white guy faces, but they got big round eyes like Buzz. And you still could have kept Zurg as his dad, who could have totally legitimately been black. Because that works on multiple levels. That works, you got your diversity checkboxes, and it's a nice nod to Star Wars, because James Earl Jones is black, and his son is Mark Hamill. And I know inside he's Hayden Christensen or the big guy from A Clockwork Orange, but his most iconic actor is James Earl Jones. You know, oh, that's not genetically possible. Dude, you had 2 ladies get pregnant in this movie with each other. That's not a stretch to have light-skinned people exist. Light-skinned black people exist in the real world. It's fine. Plus, you know, this is a cartoon. That's the magic of animation. When Madagascar had Zuba played by Bernie Mac and Alex played by Ben Stiller, and they were father and son. Alright, this is a little weird.
Honey, she's come home.
What?
You come home. Whoa. Son.
It was beautiful. It was this is stuff that makes total sense in animation, whereas you might ask some questions in real life. No, that's just my little rant. It's not even that big of a deal, but if you really wanted to have a diverse cast, you could have made Buzz half black. I know some people would be pissed at it, but fuck them. You know, you didn't have to make a big deal out of it. You could just have them there. I thought they handled the lesbians pretty alright. Like, they didn't make a big deal out of it. She was just there. And again, I think I'm biased because I always wanted them to make a 3D, a little bit more serious take on the Star Command show. That was my shit. I love that shit. Back in the 90s, when Michael Eisner was in charge, they always had direct-to-DVD sequels to popular movies from Disney. And they always ruined the movie. Like, they always come up with some bullshit conflict, and then it just, you know, it undercuts the everything's happy at the end of the movie kind of thing. I just didn't like it. But the thing I loved about Star Command was it never ruined Toy Story. This was an in-universe fictional thing. So it didn't matter what kind of hijinks Buzz got into, because that wasn't the Buzz that was in Toy Story. It's just who he thought he was. And you know, even though he came to the realization that none of it is real, it's still like, hey guys, this is the shit I was telling you about. Isn't it cool? I hung out with a hot blue chick and a big red guy and a robot. And the little green men, I know these guys. And more importantly, I think Andy would have watched that show and would have been excited about it, because I was, and I fit the age demographic. They could have reworked some plots from that series, made it more cinematic. I mean, again, you want to talk about diversity, you got a red guy, a blue chick, a yellow robot, a fuck ton of aliens, and yeah, his commanding officer is black too. It felt natural, you know, when you had actual diversity. In this movie, it just felt like Buzz was the only white guy in the movie. It's weird. You know, I know you want to check boxes, but it just... Oh, you know... Oh no, wait a second. I just realized something. You know, at the beginning of the movie, all the characters that we're focusing on, they're all on a ship, right? Did Star Command put all minorities on one ship? And then they just coincidentally end up marooned on a hostile planet with dangerous plants and bugs that are gonna kill you? Pixar, what are you doing, Pixar? Don't do it! No! Buzz is like the only white guy. It's a little weird. I think there was like a rookie who was also white, but that's like 2 that I can remember. You know? Everyone else is some shade of brown. What are you doing, Pixar? It's not a good look. Oh, wow. You try to overcorrect so much, you go back to a worse time, but I digress. Alright, let's get back to the movie. I don't want to make this too political, alright? Alright, going back to Zurg. I understand they didn't want to make Zurg his dad because that would make it too much like Star Wars, but you could have changed some stuff. I think Star Command did a great job of making it not seem like Star Wars, because honestly, the whole evil future self thing has been done. I've heard people say Lego 2 movie did that. I didn't watch it, so I don't know, but I think Danny Phantom did this way better. You hear that, Butch? I'm giving you a positive criticism. You're welcome.
So I look at people that critique as weak. Weak rhymes with critique. So, you know, if you're going to critique like, hey...
Butch is kind of a dick, but I still like his older work, so, that's alright. I think I don't like that whole, like, Zurg is Buzz thing, because now the dialogue from Toy Story 2 doesn't make sense. You know, in Toy Story 2, Zurg had the memories of his, like, real movie self, and, he said he's his father, and his goal was to destroy Buzz Lightyear. So now the dialogue in Toy Story 2 just doesn't make sense. I did like the script including Buzz's lines like, "Not today, Zurg," or "Blast," whenever something bad happens. I thought Chris Evans did a good job. Tim Allen was great. He's very serious. He did sound older, so I think maybe that's why they went for someone younger. Patrick Warburton, that's my favorite. He's just got that big chin energy. All of the cartoon characters he voices always have huge, massive BCEs. And he was my faves, and I'm glad that Chris Evans, I don't know if he tried to or not, but he did kind of sound like him at times. I think what this movie might have suffered from is that there were no stakes. Like, the cat almost died a couple of times, Izzy had a nice scary moment. Keke Palmer had a great voice. I like Keke Palmer's voice. She's really cute and chirpy, if that's a word.
I will say Keke does not need tricks, because I've never seen as breathtaking a girl in my life. And her smile is so genuine, it's unbelievable.
Why are you doing this to me?
Taika and the old lady were pretty forgettable. Taika had a good moment of self-doubt for a while, but it was just a small little scene. And I think the old lady was just there to subvert expectations, like, ooh, old lady, you think she's gonna be frail and weak, but no, she's a badass with guns. Alright, that's cool. Is it marketable? Fuck if I know. Yeah, I really like the cat, and I like that they had literal save the cat scenes on multiple occasions. You know, usually with Pixar movies, I'm averse to them because they always made the audience cry. It feels emotionally manipulative. Toy Story 3, all them characters were gonna die. Up, the bitch died in the first 10 minutes. I'm crying into my chicken dinner. It's extra salty now. So I just went ahead and I didn't even bother watching Toy Story 4 and Inside Out because I knew it was gonna be sad. I knew I was gonna bawl like a little bitch, and I wasn't ready for that shit. Now after watching this, I kinda wish they did. I wish they did make me cry because at least I would have felt something. I just didn't feel anything at the end of this movie. I was just like I said, okay, that happened, cool. And it really didn't feel like a 90s movie. Starship Troopers was my first thought about like a space-based 90s movie. Even Captain Marvel, they tried to set it in the 90s with the aesthetic and the music choices. I didn't watch that, but the trailer looked like they were making an effort. I think Lightyear could have used that kind of film grading they used in Starship Troopers. You know, even Turning Red did 2002 really well, because you saw phones, you saw like the way they spoke. So, thoughts in summary, this one was a long one. What did I think of the movie? I didn't like it so much. I thought it was fine, it was okay, but I do want them to make a sequel. Why? Because I want to see my boy Booster. I want to see XR. You know I want to see Mira. Should you watch it? I don't know, do what you want with your money. It wasn't horrible, it was just mid, it's average. Which is, not gonna lie, a little bit disappointing because I was hyped for this. I will, however, strongly recommend you watch the Star Command movie. You know, that's more imaginative, it's more exciting, its aim is to entertain, not to virtue signal, and by that account, you had natural diversity in it. And if you really want to be hyped, like, listen to this Bowie Starman remix. That sent me goosebumps. I wish the movie gave me that same feeling, but it didn't. This one did. I'm gonna play a little bit of it here. Go listen to it, it's awesome. And then imagine what this movie could have been in your head, and I think you're gonna have a great time. Peace!